Hello everybody and welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the 6th round of the BBB1 Motorsport Racing League. It's the eSport European race and we are getting ready for what is going to be an awesome evening of entertainment for you to watch back at home. Brought onto the calendar in 1991, this track has met the legends, and today it's going to meet a few more of eSport legends. It's dry at the moment, 26 degrees, but the weather is always set to dynamic, so keep your fingers crossed for some action and the possibility of rain around this 2.892 mile circuit, 16 turns in total, 2 DRS zones as well. The trickiest turning points on the track, well, watch the sections between turn 5 and turn 8, and the turn 10 third sector as well is always chaotic, as we're about to launch in for the esports drivers. And you're with us now, ready and waiting to go in the lobby. As you can see, all the cars lined up as well. We have no practice. They've already been practicing all throughout the weekend as well. So a short 18-minute qualifying session awaits us. And hopefully you're liking this new broadcast standard that we are having. And hopefully you are enjoying it also back at home. So, just a quick reminder to you, we did have a different winner last time out. Now, what used to be Mandem 9999 became Manny DeMarco, and he was the first person to dethrone Benny Callach at the winner's rostrum last time out a week ago at Zandvoort. But it doesn't stop Benny leading the Drivers' Championship. He leads on 109 points to Ali Quay, who is on 61. As we are getting ready for the start of qualifying, and the green light is on at the end of the pit lane. 18 minutes are ahead of us as well. You can just see all the telemetry as well brought on for you. We spare nothing here to give you the best possible content going forward. So stay with us, enjoy, sit back, relax, get in touch. We are live on Twitch as well. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage we've been bringing you for the past couple of months already. And of course we'll be on YouTube later on, so let us know what you think of this race down in the comments below. We've got Kudrek, who's heading out onto the track, Manny DeMarco going the wrong way out of the pit lane, it seems as well. Canon Baez coming on, that's John Toner going out there as well. Landon Norrie didn't have a great run last time out, but he's leaving the pit lane now, as you can see. On board with the race winner from last time out, Manny DeMarco, our only repeat winner so far, but he's looking quite good out there on the track at the moment, isn't he? Fifth gear coming up to the tricky point of the track. This is what I was talking to you about earlier on, the turn 4 uphill hairpin. It leads downhill to the braking zone for turn 5, drop into third gear. Don't get too much throttle on the exit because you tend to get the AstroTurf exit and it spins up the rear tyres. 7 and 8 then, a bit more tricky complex of corners. Turn 9 at Campsa is the biggest one on the track, full throttle, flat out on a qualifying and race run, of course. The DRS zone at the exit. Not many drivers going to be taking the risk, I would say, of a different line through the third sector. Uphill, this part of the track, if you get it wrong and you hit the accelerator just a little bit too early, you will end up round into the gravel trap. And my least favourite part on this track as well, the last two chicane areas as well. Turns 13, 14, 15 and 16 on the track. Not exactly my favourite parts because they sort of spoiled the flow. But it's perfect for opportunity for overtaking coming into turn 14 of New Holland. So we have a flying lap now from Manny DeMarco. Let's ride on board. 8th gear, flat out into the braking zone with the DRS open. Hard on as you turn into turn 1, the Elf corner. Turn 2, uphill at Renault. And the long sweep of the right-hander at turn 3. Double apex. The car throws you wide. You come into the braking zone for turn number 4. 8th gear, drop all the way down to about 4th gear. Turn the car in once again to the right. Perfectly lined up for the exit. Downhill complex into turn 5, which is the Seat corner. winner. 6 and 7, as I said, a little bit of a difficult one for a chicane, but dropped down just 2 gears. He's dropped down 4th gear, so we had a compromised entrance, I think, with Jean Antona at the background. Into Kamsa, the car already wants to spit you off onto the old track. Keep the car as straight as you can to the braking zone, the heaviest braking zone on the track, all the way down 2nd gear from maximum 8 with the DRS. Open now through this tricky 3rd sector. That's exactly what I was on about. You get the corner wrong at turn 11, it'll spit you wide, and you have to do a massive auto correction. Luckily, I think Manny DeMarco managed it. The tricky section of the last chicane, I think he's backed out of the lap, but they all need to get a banker lap in. To the line now for Manny DeMarco. DRS open, and it is a 1:17.322, so not already the best times on the board. But Ali Antman, 1:17.474. Gunnar Hanna is now 5th, 1:19.117. Canon Baez, 5th, 1:17.907. So the time's coming in thick and fast. But we have had, actually, a retirement already from the session of Kudrek Damari, who has left, but I believe will be coming back at some point. Whether or not he got a disconnect from the session, I don't know. All looking good, though, through the back half of the track. This is Ali Antman, who I believe is on a fast lap. You can see the top right-hand side of your screen. We'll see the sector times as well. You have the mini-map as well on the picture. Ignore the yellow flags in qualifying. That's just drivers courteously getting out of the way of each other as to not create incidents. Benny Callagh goes to the top, the championship leader. A 1:15.827. I spoke to Ali Quaid just before the session. He said that he could manage a 1:15. He's been in that ball range all weekend long, but when these guys get the act together, they will be on. As you can just see, I got distracted. Ali Antman getting the last chicane all out of shape and deciding to abandon his lap and come into the pit lane. To get back to the point with Ali Quay, he said he can manage a 1:15, but it takes a while, and to keep it in that range is a little bit hard. That was Berkman Reyes going off the track at turn 9. Kind of Baez just ahead of him. Them two sort of compromising each other on the start run, which isn't great either. Just a quick thing to say to you as well. Just call me Koshi, or Chaos is the nickname, but it's Koshi because what happened last time in the first race we broadcast live here on Twitch of Shanghai. He was the one who caused the contact with Manny DeMarco at the race start, and I said, oh, it's Chaos, and he said, just call me Chaos, but he's written, of course, just call me Koshi. But going forward, the drivers now set their banker lap times coming into the pit lane. A few of them have just headed out. Seymour Correa 6, as you can see, 2nd place. It's a Renault 1-2 at the moment, as that is Murat 57, who has jumped up to 7th place on a 1:17.394. DRS was open, but as you can see, he's on a low fuel light, so I don't think he's going to be having much of a run going forward. Do you? I don't either. He'll be backing out of that one quite quickly. And brilliant news that Kudrek Jamari has rejoined the session, so we'll be able to set a qualifying time. I'm only seeing 16 drivers in this lobby. There is usually 19, usually, so I wonder where the other 3 drivers are. I haven't seen them anywhere in the session. Lando Norris 13th at the moment, and I think that was him just going by. But we have got one more other car out on the track as well, as I just try and navigate this Twitch stream to Alpinator, who's coming into the pit lane now. They're all coming into the pit lane. Come on, give us some excitement, guys. I know you can hear me because you watch it as well. Go on, head out on the track. You've only got 11 minutes left. Head out there, see what you can do. Outlap for Ali Antman as well. But let's have a look at Yang Antona. He was in 8th place. 2 laps completed on these sets of tyres. But I think he's still going for it. These soft tyres as well don't degrade as much after a couple of qualifying runs as in real life. So there's not much pressure. It is a simulator, but the tyre is just a little bit different. It all depends on how you use them. Right now, Can Cantona looking good. He's on a good fuel run at the moment, so we should be okay to go. Let's see what he can do. Come on, downhill into the braking zone. Heavy on the braking zone, and he's gone too deep as well, down at turn 10 of Le Caxier. This is, of course, round the circuit. We have the track names, of course, and he's spun. He's spun coming out of Europe car, and auto renewal is enabled, but that would have brought out the yellow flags and compromised, I think, the racing point behind him. Oh no, it's the Alfa Romeo. So that must be Gunnar Hoare, who's on an outlap coming in as well. So into the pit lane comes Jan Toner. As we are just trying to fix the stream going forward. There's no problem from your point of view, but there's a little issue from my point of view, which we have a stream delayed, so I think I'm out of sync. So hopefully you're enjoying it as well. Here on the Twitch stream, this is Ali Antman out on the track once again. Let's join him for a lap. Out lap 1:17.475. Now that would have actually improved his own position. But we see Benny Callach at the top at 1:15.827. That is the time to beat. There's several of the cars now coming out onto the track, and that was Ali Antman deciding to abandon his run as he's got loads of traffic. You can see multiple cars coming through the back now as well. So, on the racing point there, Lando Norrie just deciding as well. Let's get out of the way. Don't worry, folks, that's not a red flag symbol you're seeing on your monitor. That's just the fact that the lap time has been disallowed for Ali Antman. So Ali Quay coming on a lap time as well. He's just behind in that battle. I think on a lap time is indeed Bergman Reyes. So let's join him now. Just coming through up to the chicane at turns 7 and 8, which in the pre-season testing saw quite a couple of the cars heading out onto the track. And as you can see here, there's a few incidents there to play up with. So down now the back straight away, coming into turn 10, Lecalex, heavy on the brakes, second gear corner, turn the car in, very tight exit. And this is the third sector that always causes the problems. That turn 11 into turn 12 as well was a problem on the 2019 game that the actual Formula 1 racing drivers picked up on and said to Codemasters that last sector is completely wrong. Codemasters addressed this. They've changed some of the third sector. It's not perfect yet, but it is a lot better than what we've previously been used to. Cross the line for Bergman Reyes. He backed out of that lap, so he doesn't improve his overall time, which is a shame, but it looks to be a Renault 1-2 at the moment. And that was a spin for Ali Antman again on his opening lap as he now gets his tyres back together again and goes for it. But there was a spinner also at turn number 3, we're being told. And looking at the track map, it must have been, it wasn't Jan Toner. Who was it? Who's on an outlap? It was one of the Haas cars. Looking at the order, it must have been Kujat Damari, who is in the pit lane still. So let's just keep an eye out, shall we? See what's happening there. I know that several of these drivers are also doing their own personal Twitch stream as well. I'm sure you can use their usernames to find out more going forward, but do stick with us for the main coverage of the world feed that we provide to you. Lap time cancelled for Ali Antman once again. So we've got Jan Toner out on an outlap. The other McLaren, he's coming up for a lap. Murat 57 going out on the lap time as well. Ali Quay up to 8th place on a 1:17.317. And this is the beginning of the run now for Jan Toner, and he's not going off there to get out of the way of one of the cars deliberately. He had to get out of the way of the car, but he's going to put all sorts of dust onto the track as well that he just didn't need going forward. So the lap begins then for Jan Toner, downhill to turn 1, the longest run to the first corner on the calendar, which is going to be very exciting to see when the 5 lights go out in around about 8 minutes' time. Of course, we have the 3 minutes to complete the qualifying, so stay with me here. Benny Callach in the pit lane, same with Seymour Copeland 6 and Burak Yazdi, big off, and he managed to save it. Jan Toner at the exit of turn 4, got on the grass and nearly went into the wall. That would have been session over. So we're having more and more drama throughout this run. This is Murat Sayed 57 on a lap time as well further back. Yellow flags everywhere on the circuit at the moment as it's not for instance, it's just drivers getting out of the way of each other, but still traffic is going to put your eye off the focus. It's going to put you everywhere for track position. It's going to put you at a disadvantage for lap times and everything. And Kujat Damai has now rejoined the session again. I believe some connection issue must be the problem for him here today. Personal best of anyone in the second sector for Murat Sayed 57. Wow, He's 11th at the moment. This could be a massive improvement up the board. Coming into the last sector, turns 13, 14, 15 chicane. Fires it out for the last corners of New Holland. That's the name of the last corner. Car spinning. That's one. That's Lando Norris, who you saw. He's out of the session. Did that affect Murat Said 57? Crossed the line. The time will need a few seconds. And yes, the lap time didn't improve. So that yellow flag immediately cancelling caused by Lando Norris, cancelling the lap time from Murat Said 57. So Lando Norris out of qualifying then. He's retired and has compromised everybody else. But Benny Cadillac at the moment is on top. Let's have a look back at Ali Quay here. Coming into the last sector, he too had that yellow flag disadvantage, so Ward does not improve in his overall time. But we've got a strong field here, actually, at the moment. Strong field. Let's ride on board with Ali as he takes on a lap of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. Hard now through the hill. Now, I was speaking to Ali just before the show started. He said that he can manage a 1:15 around this track. Let's see if he can pull it together in qualifying. We're in the dying minutes qualifying. 4 to go as well. Downhill, he was 6/10 off. Turn 5, heavy on the brakes. He's gone down to third gear. Little bit of an exit. Nice straight line, actually, as he takes the approach to 7 and 8. I think he's backed off, actually, coming through. Yes, he has. Just listening to the engine noise back. He's backed off. I believe there's a car somewhere around there. No, the nearest car to him further back is one of the Mercedes. So he's out of it for that one. Benny Cadillac then on top. 1:15.827. So, let's change camera angle, shall we? I'm just trying to have a look and see who's on a lap time at the moment. Let's flick back to Seymour, shall we? As that's Berkman Yazdi coming into the pit lane. More cars coming up. And this is, just as I want to flick back to him, he's gone into the pit lane. Seymour Capran 6 into the pits then. His teammate already in. 3 minutes to go. That'll be for a splash and dash. This is the sectors now. Up into third place. Murat Said 57. So he did manage to get up from 12th place up the order. And he's now lying on the second row of the grid with Burak Yazdi. Yellows in this part of the track. I don't know if he's backed off. I'm looking at it. Yes, he has massively backed off. So that was his lap time for the moment. And yeah, very wide, as you can see at the exit. Just letting one of the racing points go as well of Obama Sokan. And we'll switch now to Manny DeMarco, race winner from last week in Zandvoort, having a much more, I don't want to say challenging, but he is challenging, isn't he, at the moment? He's third in the Drivers' Championship, 48 points to his name after an unlucky run in Shanghai, which saw him have pole position, of course, but nearly taken out at the start of the race by Just Call Me Koshi. We've got more cars bumping across the track, and that's, I think, Manny's lap there absolutely destroyed by the Red Bull of Berkman Reyes as well. Berkman Reyes 7th with his teammate Alpinator R into the positions, but a change at the front because Seymour Copran 60 thrown from the front row with his teammate Benny Cadillac. It's Kudrat Damari who goes into second place. And if I have a quick look down the order as well, that's not only going to be fascinating, it's going to be downright entertaining. And that is Berkman Reyes out. Berkman Reyes out. He is out of the session with 1 minute 13 to go. So already more chaos and drama unfolding in qualifying. Outlap then for Seymour. Here he is. He's approaching the last sector. Oh, Benny Cadillac is coming out of the track as well. Here he is, look. He's in the last corner. We'll ride then with the championship leader and the current pole sitter as he starts his last lap in this 18-minute session qualifying. And away we go, down towards turn number 1, the Elf corner. Heavy on the brakes from the DRS zone. All the way down, 4th gear. Oh, and rides a bit too much exit curve for my liking. Round turn 3, gets on the rumble strips. Is the first sector an improvement on his own time? No, because it's Kudrak Damari on 2, provisional pole position, a 1:15.580. That was a stellar lap. So can Benny Kalak do anything to get back the pole position? He's not been that great at poles, actually. The championship leader. He's more dominated the race victories. 4 out of the 5 races so far he's won. He got compromised last weekend at Zandvoort. So the checkered flag is now out. 2 minutes 54 remain to complete the time, and it's a personal best in this first sector, and it's a fastest overall in the second sector for Benny Kalak. But he's in the gravel, and he's spun, and he's into the wall as well, and any chance of pole position has gone up in the kitty litter. Wow! And that yellow flag as well, can't avoid anybody else. Checker flag already out. What can Seymour do though? Seymour's on a great lap. Can he dethrone Benny from second place across the line? Yes! Yes, he can! It's a 1:15.634. The championship leader at best starts in 3rd place. But that was absolutely ecstatic. As Manny DeMarco not setting a time, it is going to be Kudrak Damari, who retired from the session twice with connection issues, comes back in the Alpha Touray and absolutely knocks it out of the park. Fantastic time, a 1:15.580, and absolutely take a bow. Seymour Copan 6 starts on the front row of the grid. Benny Kalak 3rd. Opamaya Sokan is 4th. Murat Said 57 is 5th. The race winner from Zandvoort a week ago, Manny DeMarco, starts 6th. Ali Quay 7th as well. 1:16.614 for him, but he's better in race pace than he is in qualifying pace. Berak Yazdi in 8th. Canan Bayes 9th. Ali Antman 10th. Bowman Reyes retiring from the session, only going 11th. His teammate just behind him, Alvaro Panetara, in 12th. Lando Nori 13th, retired. We saw that accident. Yan Tona is 14th. Cialetti is 15th. And Gunahara is in 16th place as well from the 16 drivers going through. Wow! The session still got 50 seconds left, but because we have this bizarre situation of Berkman Reyes and Lando Nori both being out of the session, we now have the weird situation that the game will now have to tick out the remaining 35 seconds. So you can see all these cars now just zooming round. No one's actually setting a lap time because they've all taken the checkered flag. But we've now just got to wait and wonder. So this is going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Is Berkman in the pit lane? Yes, he's okay. He's in the pit lane. Thank God for that. So we'll stay with him. Can we switch to the onboard? Oh, I was hoping we could switch to the onboard and the pit lane just to see what was happening, but we can't. So the checkered flag is out. Everybody has taken it, but because Berkman Reyes and Lando Nori retired from the session, we have to still wait for the results, and the time has ticked out. There's your pole sitter. Kudrak Damari on pole position from Seymour Copan, and Benny Kalak starts on the 2nd row in 3rd place. This run down to turn 1, the longest of the year as well, is going to be very, very exciting. And it is going to start very shortly. Let's have a quick look at the race director from that one with the incidents. Well, we had a corner cutting as well. 3 of them, in fact, for Seymour Copan 6. This and the next lap eliminated for Ali Antman. We saw him going off the track. DNF for terminal damage for Berkman Reyes and Lando Nori. In fact, quite a lot for Seymour Copan 6 as he went for 6th place. He got the positions changed over. So it's Kudrak Damari in the Alpha Touray on pole position. The race is about to start then here, the 6th round of the BBB1 Racing League of Formula 1 Esports Series. The European Championships is about to get underway. 50% race distance, so it's 66 laps usually in the Spanish Grand Prix. Hands up, what's half of 66? Oh yeah, 33. So 33 laps coming your way for this. I hope I'm right, otherwise I'm going to be a bit of an egg on my face. But the grid forming up We'll get a countdown before we get the green. And then, of course, we'll have the usual 5 light procedure before the run down to turn number 1. We'll let all the action unfold and then we'll switch on the graphics for you so you can have a more detailed run. Sit back, relax. We've got 10 seconds before the lights come on. Sit back, relax. Enjoy the esports here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. You all know the drill. 5 red lights will come on. We've got a pole position for Kuja Demayi. Alongside him is Simon Copran 6. The lights go out. The race is on. And a cloud of smoke as we hurtle down towards turn 1. The 2 Renaults immediately. And Kuja Demayi, the race leader, he's already disconnected. That's insane. Drama further back as well. So the race leader disconnected. Benny Kalak promoted to the race lead. It's drama further back. It's drama further back. One of the racing points falling down the order. It's Opan Sakaya. And we've got more action all the way round. Ali Quaid dropped down position as well. Half the midfield were caught up in that one as well. Well, more of the Haas cars going off. I think that's damage as well. That must be the other Haas car. Mercedes launching out the inside. That's Cialetti. He takes off the Red Bull. Big crash at turn 5. It's already eliminated. Ali Adman and Ali Quaid involved as well. Oh, well, 5-second time penalty on the board as well for Gunohara for causing a collision. But turn 5, the action zone, and a virtual safety car has been deployed. Lando Norris drops down the order. Ali Quay up to 9th place. Jean Antonio, the biggest improvement. Cialetti sort of triggered all that and went up the order. And, well, Ali Adman retires on the opening lap of the race. The virtual safety car has been withdrawn. The race is back underway with full green flags now. But correct, Damari, the pole sitter, having a disconnect on the opening lap of the race. Benny Kalak rockets up the order. To the pit lane comes Burak Yazdi. More yellows in the 3rd sector. There's a bit of bodywork there, but half the field are coming into the pit lane. Can you blame them? Because they all need front wing changes. So Burak Yazdi involved, Yang Antonio involved, Ali Quay into the pit lane, he was involved as well. And, well, everyone you can see on your screen. And this is going to massively change the race as well. It's 33 laps and, well, you can win or lose it on the opening lap, but I didn't expect that to happen. Lando Norris in the pit lane, his teammate Obaso can as well, and one of them is having to queue while new front wings is pitted, is changed as well. And that's going to be drama for the Racing Point. Who is this? So it is Lando Norris who has to wait as Obaso Sokan gets out. Lando Norris drops right to the back of the field as they all head back out onto the track. Oh, well, this is where I'd love to say let's go for a replay, but unfortunately we can't as we are live on air. But let me tell you something as well. Post-race, going into next week as well, we are going to have some serious analysis of all of that. That was absolute carnage, and we're still paying for it on the 2nd lap of this race as well. As Ali Quay locks up going forward, we're already on the 3rd lap. Benny Kalak, a 1:19.826, leads the race. Kuja Damari has regained control of his car now, and he's fighting for 2nd place. Seymour Copan dropped right down to 6th place as well. So we've got drama left and right, more cars off the track. That's Alpine who's off as well. Well, the predicted pit stop strategy was for the soft tyres, either lap 7 to 9 for the mediums, and then go on to the hards a little bit early on lap 19 to 23. But that accident and the kick-out elimination of Ali Antman really has thrown the strategy up in arms. So we have the intervals here between each drivers. We'll have the full position change and everything going forward. We have the telemetry and a full track map as well to give you the best possible detail. But Ali Quay going for the move on the inside, and he's passed Jan Toner into turn 1 of Elf, and out of the race goes Gunohara from 14th position. He had that 5th place virtual safety car, so it was a accident for Gunohara, who's down into 14th place as well. Now drops right out of the race, so that incident triggering the virtual safety car once again here. So drama already on the opening 3 laps. I didn't really think that usually the Spanish Grand Prix in Formula 1 doesn't really give us that much excitement. Today in esports, it's a battleground. We may as well be playing Rocket League. The cars were darting around so much. So the battle really is between the midfield at the moment, as Benny Callagh, the race leader's dropping down the order. What's he done under the virtual safety car? He's coming to the pit lane. Okay, so an early call there for Benny Callagh to jump to the pit lane to take on the mediums. A new set. Cialetti, Canambeas in. Manny DeMarco's done the same. He's coming to the pit lane as well under this virtual safety car. We now go green, and that's even worse as well, because if we can change cameras, please, Mr. Director. Manny DeMarco's still in the pit lane fitting hard compound tyres. You lose 17 seconds under the full course yellow, or virtual safety cars we had. But now we've gone green. He's lost a couple more positions to Cialetti, Canambeas, and Bertman Reyes. So, as you can see, the gap and the battle still between the tail end of this field, as Kudret Demai regains his pole position, as Alpine Terrar and Yan Toner making battles down all the way down towards turn 1. Ali Quay still in the battle order at the moment. And I can tell you this already, if you weren't excited for esports, you're certainly excited now. This place absolutely throwing up drama left and right. On board with Ofar Sokan as well. Uphill to turn 4, Repsol down to Seat at turn 5. Second gear corner, not much overtake boost left on him either. But the battle between the midfield now hotting up. Everybody else now got a few seconds. The teammate battle of Cialetti and Canambeas looking good. Brief yellow in the first sector. But I think that was just for Lando Norris. I think he's about to be lapped by Kudret Demai, and that is down. The battle changed further up as well. We're going to have to squeak through, I'm afraid, as the Mercedes going good. That's Mertz at 57 in the pit lane, as Canambeas he's now been passed by Cialetti. He goes off the track, and Canambeas goes back in front. So Cialetti off the track, Canambeas back into 4th position. And that was the only real battle happening in that half of the track. The field's so spread out. You can see on your mini-map on the monitor, everybody's spread out. And I can't believe how much drama we've got in this one race. We've had more action in the last 5 laps than we did last time out at Zandvoort. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's check in with the race leader then. Well, actually, quickly, this is Benny Callagh. And we've got a McLaren off. Yan Toner, isn't it? Here he is. And a 3-second time penalty for our race leader, Kudret Demai, for repeating track limits abuse. Well, that is going to affect massively. And he's coming to the pit lane. Well, this is for a scheduled stop. And they're not serving the penalty here. As Benny Callagh up into second, a 1:19.692, now has the fastest lap of the race. But my goodness, that one penalty once again changes the outcome of this race. Kudret Demai now 3 seconds ahead of Cialetti, already going to be affected. We've got action further back as well. Can't see why though. And that's why Canambeas into the pit lane. So Cialetti promoted up as Manny DeMarco goes through. Canambeas into the pit lane. That promotes everybody up the order. So the new race leader, our 3rd race leader in just 6 laps, Seymour Copan 6, started 2nd, dropped back to 3rd, now has the race lead to Benny Callagh, a championship leader. He has that lead by 5.4 seconds. So this is getting interesting. Kudret Demai has 4 seconds to Cialetti. This 3-second time penalty will be in place after the race. So it's after the race we have to think about that. Yellow in the first sector. Oh, I'll give you a guess. It's Yan Toner again. Yan Toner spinning. Calls in the yellows in the first sector. And a yellow in the 3rd. Is that Lando Norris? It is Lando Norris. And he's off into the wall as well. I don't know how he's managed to do that. And he's been black flagged. Lando Norris black flagged and disqualified for driving the wrong way on the track. And that, I believe, was Kudret Demai having to take avoiding action. As the race leader, Seymour Copan's into the pit lane as well. And Bertman Reyes into the pit lane. So the new race leader, once again, Benny Callagh. And so, yeah, we have now lost Lando Norris. He's been black flagged from this race. Wow, what drama. Manny DeMarco moving up position. Same as Burak Yazdi. As we see Bertman Reyes into the pit lane. So it's our championship leader, 4-time winner this year, Benny Callagh, in the lead of command of this race. Kudra Damari into second place. Let's see what's going to happen here. Well, I said it again. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Benny Callagh, sorry, 17 years old, from Berlin, in Germany, obviously. The youngest driver of the calendar, dominating this season, both qualifying and the race. But started third on the grid in this one, and he's already moving up positions. Everyone's spread out ever so slightly. The battle I'm interested in, actually, the battle between Cialetti and Murat Seyit 57 is hotting up. They're too close together on the track. Ali Quay, 10th place. Berman Reyes, 9th, separated by a nice little margin there. And Kurt Damari, 119.204, second place, but with that penalty, remember. Dropping down the order. Murat Seyit 57 then, down towards turn 1, the Elf corner with the DRS. Is he going to have any sort of look? He thinks about it to pass Cialetti. And Cialetti's very high up in the order at the moment. That's not going to say unusual, but it's nice to see that he's up the order. I hate to say this, but I can now hear the cars for the first time today, which is great news, actually. So I thought I was hearing something in my ears, but it's actually the car noise, so apologies for that. I can't actually hear again. It just distracted me for a second. Murat Seyit 57 then, chasing down Cialetti, has the DRS zone again down towards turn 9. Yellow in the first sector. Yan Toner spinning and continuing at the moment. Not out of the race just yet, but load of cars losing front wings. There's nearly another one. Cialetti versus Murat Seyit 57. These two having a ding-dong on the circuit, and Cialetti going just a little bit too wide. Let's ride on board, shall we? With Murat Seyit 57 in the DRS detection zone then. Down towards turn number 1. Cialetti surely can't do anything. He's turned into power mode up to maximum, hasn't he? He wants to get through. Thought they were going to make contact for a brief second there. Cialetti just ahead of him in 4th place. Yellow second sector, virtual safety car, they make contact. Oh, well, he's overtaken him under the virtual safety car. And a 5-second time penalty for severe contact with Cialetti for Murat Seyit 57. Well, the virtual safety car came out. Cialetti reacted to it. Murat didn't. And the two made contact. Oh, wow. So that is because Yan Toner has retired from the race. He's had severe contact in the second sector. He's off at turn 9 at Camper. The race back under green flag conditions now. But a 5-second time penalty for Murat Seyit 57 for severe contact with Cialetti. Well, in my opinion, Cialetti's car seems okay, but the front wing's damaged on Murat Seyit 57. So he is definitely the one with more to lose, in my opinion. So we'll change back as what is happening with Seymour Copran 6 registering a lap down on my monitor. Here he is there. Going forward. And I'm going to switch back as well because the battle's raging between Cialetti and Murat Seyit 57. The gap closing down to turn 1. Berman Reyes 29 seconds behind his teammate Alpero Terrara in the Red Bulls. So a lot of action, a lot of drama, and a lot of fun so far taking place today. Is there going to be any action, drama? Please say yes. We need the action. We need the drama of the opening laps of this race. Cialetti's looking for him, isn't he? He's hunting where Murat Seyit 57's looking on the track. Now, the only real opportunity for overtaking is down at turn 10, the Calex. Named after the Calex Bank, of course, that sponsors this track. So let's cut back to Cialetti. You can hear the audio beep for the DRS. He didn't use it though, did he? But he's looking quite good at the exit to turn 10. Oh, and Murat shuts the door on him. That was cheeky. That was very cheeky. Coming into the chicane areas now. I'm watching the battle between Burak Yazdi and Manny DeMarco. Hard tyres for Manny DeMarco. Burak Yazdi on mediums. I know the teammates, but they could have some drama there in a couple of laps' time. He's getting closer. DRS open for Cialetti. Is he about to make the Cialetti-See you later move? Down now towards turn 1, the elf corner. Looks to the inside. Can't get a move done this time, but it's going to hold with him. Uphill through turn 2. Now the long right-hander of turn 3, the double apex, before the right at turn 4. Manny DeMarco joining this battle now. Benny Calac has a 6-second advantage to the lead of this race at the moment. But it's almost a joke. Yellow first sector. And that is over for Sokan. Down, he had a little spin there. And he's rejoined the race. No need for a virtual safety car. Yet to see the full safety car make an appearance in this race. Only the virtual. Here comes Cialetti. He has the DRS. I think Murat said 57 knows it, but look at this. He joined the battle. Manny DeMarco is now into this battle. The race winner from Zandvoort. Oh, aggressive curb taking there from Cialetti. Murat said 57 is going to be under pressure because it's a little bit too deep. Cialetti, see you later. Up the inside, makes the move stick. The crowd go wild. Manny DeMarco now right on the back of Murat. Look at the gap Cialetti's already got. Listen to the crowd cheer. Off the track goes Manny DeMarco. The battle rages on. Wow. Into the braking zone now of turn 1. Everyone's spread out nicely. This is the main battle to watch in this race so far. And of course, we're a quarter of the way through. 1/3's completed. And he's got the inside line now coming into turn 4 at the Repsol corner. And taking a little bit of grass there, Manny DeMarco. Still can't get through. Launch up the inside in turn 5. Nope, that was a favourite of the MotoGPs yesterday. The turn 5 dive bomb. He's going to try and turn 7 and 8. That's a brave one. Oh, and then they're going to make contact. And it's Manny DeMarco coming off worse for a complete 360. And his teammate Burak Yazdi goes through. It was a brave attempt, but it was never going to pay off for Manny DeMarco. Oh. And now he's stuck behind his teammate of Burak Yazdi, who, looking at this, has internet connectivity issues. Ooh, isn't that interesting to note, folks? So everyone now spread out nicely. The battle's still between the two Haas cars. This is the interval you're watching on your screen as well. This shows the gap between each individual driver. As Burak, and that's Manny DeMarco ahead, and this is why. Pit lane call for Murat Sayat 57. 5-second time penalty, remember, being served here. Much similar to Lewis Hamilton's penalty yesterday of 10 seconds in the Russian Grand Prix. View new posts for your community on Formula 1 esports as well. Don't forget you can sign up to the communities of the official Formula 1 League, and you can subscribe below on the BBB1 Racing Twitch stream as well. Nice little advertisement there from Formula 1. That was very well timed by them. I swear they time these things for us. So Murat said 57 back onto the track. He's in 10th place at the moment. As we all join off board now. Let's have a look at Omar Sokan 57. He's dropped right down the order, hasn't he? Had that spin at this part of the track. Oh, is that Benny Calac already lapping him? Yes, he has. There's Benny, the race leader, in the Renault. Just ahead, indeed. And now chasing down Bertman Reyes to be lapped. So only 12 runners left in this race as we're just past 1/4 race distance. And off the track there, the race leader. He's got time, 5 seconds. He can afford to be a bit reckless in places. No need to worry too much. Not just yet. You'll know when we start panicking. So, looking down the order, the battle between Ali Quay looking good. Oh, I want to switch this one. This is where the battle is. Ali Quay versus Canon Bayas. The battle rages on. Oh, and Manny DeMarco's passed Burak Yazdi. Right on turn 9 at Kamsa. That's a great opportunity for an overtake there. Well done, Manny DeMarco. I think Burak Yazdi has some sort of issue, though. He's slowing on the track, isn't he? Further back, though, Ali Quay having to hold on the defence of Canon Bayas. Dry conditions at the moment. It is scheduled to remain dry for the remainder of this race. But the weather is set to damn it. Look at the bad exit Ali had. Look at the great exit that Canon Bayas had. And he knows it. Ali Quay suffering with internet connection issues. DRS open. As into the pit lane come Burak Yazdi and Cialetti. Down to turn 1. Is Canon Bayas going to make an overtake? It'll be a very brave overtake if he does so. Decides to back out of it. All the way down to 4th gear. Pushing hard at the exit. Now, where's the battles further on? I think this is the closest one of the track. It is, yeah. Everyone else separated by a little bit too much on the board at the moment. Oh, this is just too good. Canon Bayas now, right behind Ali Quay. He's managed to fight back up into 5th place. We have loosely got our grid back, I'm delighted to say. DRS open, though, for Canon Bayas. Yellow first sector. Why? It's one of the Renaults. It's Benny Callach. Benny Callach had a spin at turn 1. And that's promoted Kudrak Damari to the race lead as we approach half distance in the Spanish Esports Grand Prix. Well, now Kudrak Damari has a 3-second time penalty, remember. And Benny Callach is 3.8 behind. So if Kudrak can extend the gap with that penalty applied, he will be the winner of this Grand Prix. This is where it starts to get complicated for us commentators. How exactly are we going to work this out? It was a 3-second time penalty that needs to be applied at some point in this race. Now, it wasn't served at the pit stop. So Kudrak Damari in trouble. And Benny Callach, a very rare mistake. But here's your race leader into the pit lane for the second stop of the afternoon. Very early. This must be to put on the hard tyres. Benny's in as well. So it's the battle between the two pit crews, really. It's up to the mechanics now to do a really super stop. Kudrak Damari could ideally get out ahead of Benny Callach, but I don't think he did. That was a super stop from Benny, but there is a car just ahead. And that is Kudrak Damari. He's got out ahead of Benny Callach. We didn't see that on the monitor from the camera angle, but that is Kudrak Damari. That is Benny Callach, and they are still separated by 3.7 seconds. But crucially, the lead of the race now goes to Seymour Cooper 6, who's done 9 laps on these mediums and are already destroyed. Only 12 cars left in this race, remember. Quite a few of them have been lapped. So not that much left to go on. Everyone's separated now by quite a margin. If you look at this, look, everyone very much separated and battling on their own. Pit stop needed, I think, to adjust this all. This is Murad Said 57. And the battle rages on silently at the moment. We're just past half distance of the Spanish Grand Prix for the BBB1 Racing Formula 1 European Esports Series. And the battle between the race leaders has been strong in this race so far. But it's Seymour Cooper 6. Currently the race leader. The 24-year-old from Germany, currently in Germany. The Turkish driver, of course. Seymour, his first name. Currently in Germany. Turkish nationality. leading the race for a French team with Renault. Fantastic. Fantastic. Everyone is now a bit separated a bit too much, aren't they? Just having a quick look at the back at the timing monitor we have in the commentary box. That does show us the penalties. And yes, Kuja Damari has not served that 3 seconds. It will be added to the end of the race time. 5 seconds or more will be served in the pit lane. So going forward, he has got a lot more work to do, I'm afraid. Now, this should be pit lap for Seymour. It isn't pit lap. He's still going on. Leading lap 19. The field now very much spread out. Can't say the same for the virtual fans, of course. Haven't they heard of the COVID pandemic? Socially distanced, get those masks on. That's the BTV Sports packed grandstands. You can hear the cheers and packed grandstands as well, watching on Twitch. A reminder, we are live every single Monday at the same time for full grid F1 2020 European Series races at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 GMT +1 and 10:30 UTC +3. I've just read that. I've just read the bottom bit as well with one of the greatest esports commentators of all time, Joshua Birch. Oh, well, thank you very much to whoever wrote that bio. I've just read it, so thank you for that. I've just read the bio. Thank you for that. That means a lot. And it's some great racing drivers as well. I hate to say this, guys, but can you see some rain coming in? Because those clouds have turned very dark coming into the last sector. The weather is set to dynamic. We've got more than a quarter of the race still left to go. So are we going to have some rain? And look at this. Kuja Damari coming in as well to take advantage for the race lead. As we click over to lap 20, suddenly in the last few laps, Seymour's backed up a little bit. He's on old tyres. Kuja Damari on 2 lap on mediums. He's much faster, and he's dropped that 3.5 second gap to 0.3 of a second. So those new tyres proving the best decision. Watch out for Benny Kalak as well. He's on the hard compounds. He'll be blistering at the end of this race. So, the battle on for the race lead between Kuja Damari and the race leader, Seymour Copan 6 on old tyres. 12 lap on mediums, 2 lap on mediums. There's don't need to be Miss Marple to work out who's got the more advantage of getting through. But, as Murray Walker used to say, catching is one thing, passing is quite another. And look at the defending down the back straightaway toward Lecalex and turning 11 at the inside. And Kuja Damari going for the race lead and takes it away from Seymour Copan 6. But with that time penalty, can he get the advantage of 3 seconds to Benny Kalak? And just to be safe, can he get 5 seconds can he get the advantage to, in case the penalty changes because he hasn't served it. So Seymour's going to have to come into the pit lane at some point, but Kuja Damari takes the lead here in Catalonia. And look at Benny Kalak on those hard tyres coming up the order, and that, I believe, is a spin for the Racing Point, and he's knocked off the front ring as well. That is Obar Sokan, and, well, bad day, bad weekend, bad to worse. 12th and out. And that's going to be giving him terrible understeer into the corners. I wouldn't be surprised if he heads into the gravel trap at some point. And there he goes. That's the commentator's curse for you. Off the track at Repsol. And not too great coming into... And off the track again at Seat. And can he make it to the pit lane? Or is he going to destroy more of the track and cause a virtual safety car? Well, let's see what it's like riding on board. Look at the vibration. Look how much it just wants to take you off onto the old circuit. That was pre-1994. Again, that's Can Cantona. Oh, he's already out of the race, but he's left the session from watching. I presume Jan Antona is going to watch us on Twitch instead. You're very welcome. In fact, the viewer count just went up, so hi, Jan. He's out of the race. He's already down in 13th place as well. He's got to come into the pit lane this lap. I just want to give you viewers at home an idea what it's like. And is that a spot of rain? Oh, it is raining! It's raining! Ah! Well, at 2/3 race distance, the rain has started to come down, and it's now going to change the complexion of the race. Look at it! Look at it! It's raining! Well, the clouds came in, and for the first time this year, rain is going to play a factor in this Grand Prix. Oh, well, it's anybody's now. Anybody's. Now, when's the track going to be wet enough? Who's going to change to the intermediate tyres next? Oh, it's a gamble. Is it going to rain hard enough for the Inters, or is it going to rain even harder that if you're on the Inters, you'll float off the track because you need the full wets? What's it going to be? This is it with dynamic weather. Anything can happen. It started off as a clear day at 20.1 degrees, and now the rain's come in, and it's going to change everything on its head. 4 seconds now. Kudek Damari has to Seymour Copeland 6 and Benny Callagh as well. That battle for second heating up. We'll cut back to that as well because Benny's right there with his teammate. This will be the next battle to watch. But when are they going to pit for intermediates? Who's going to take that risk and pit? Bowman Reyes in. That's free schedule stop though. But Seymour Copeland could have another advantage. He's done 14 laps on these mediums. Hasn't pitted yet as they both run a little wide. Right now, it's only the simulation rain. It's not actual rain that's causing the problem. They didn't make contact. Manny DeMarco's off the track. Callum Bayes up the order as well into 5th place. But the battle for second heating up as the rain comes down here in Catalonia. Right round the outside, Benny Callagh going on his teammate. Shuts the door into turn 1 at Elf. And Seymour Copeland down to 3rd. Benny Callagh, the championship leader, up into 2nd place. Callum Bayes rejoins from the pit lane as well. And one of the Red Bulls just left. That was Bergman Reyes, who's gone on to the hard compound tyres, softs as well for SoCan. What is happening in the battle here? As the rain coming down the order, that's Manny DeMarco, who now passes Canon Bayes as the safety car. Well, there it is, look. The safety car's been called. Now, as far as I know, we haven't lost. It was damage on the track. And one of the Mercedes having the front wing change of Canon Bayes. He must have made contact somewhere on the track. But whatever it was hard enough to trigger the full safety car. And now this is going to play brilliant advantage to Moritz at 57, who's putting the mediums on. So it's lap 23 of 33, 11 laps to go, including this one. The rain is coming down. And a drive-through penalty for the race leader for speeding under the safety car. Has he called the safety car? What's happening? Where is he? Well, Benny Callagh's coming in. And so, what's happening with the race leader? I want to see that first of all. Well, he's putting on the mediums, but he's got to serve a drive-through. So he's going to get out, but he's going to catch the safety car. And in now come Benny Callagh. He's put on the softs. And Omar Sofan. Drive-through penalties speeding onto the safety car. They've all got to slow down. They've all got to slow down. Well, this is turning into a dramatic stage of the race, isn't it? The race leader already had a 3-second time penalty, and now he's got a drive-through penalty as well. So the real race leader becomes Benny Callagh, who's now just held up his teammate Seymour Copeland, who was already on a long strategy on those other medium compounds he's done. He's back on to a new set of mediums. Ali Quay's coming to the pit lane as well. That's promoted Manny DeMarco. The safety car came out at the perfect time for Manny DeMarco. He just changed tyres, and he's going to have the advantage. But of course, how long are we going to be under the safety car for? There's no car on the track that needs to be virtually recovered. You can see the safety car just coming into the 3rd sector now at the top of your screen. So there's no virtual safety car that can be withdrawn at any time. Everybody now needs to back up behind the safety car before the safety car can be released. But they're all separated by so much. Burak Yazdi coming into the pit lane. They've all got a free pit stop effectively, but Kudret Damari is still registering his 11 laps on those mediums. Has he served his drive-through or has he not? Well, drama everywhere you look here. And the safety car has now caught the race leaders. Let's have a look what Kudret Damari has to do. Rain's coming down heavier. Is it going to affect the tyre? It's surely going to affect the tyre temperature. Those on the softs will have the biggest advantage because they work better in the colder conditions. But Kudret Damari, a drive-through penalty for speeding onto the safety car, and he's serving it now. That's very wise because this serving might just get him out ahead of Benny Callagh. Now, where is Benny? All going through, but the question is... No, he's lost it. The safety car sped up. Benny sped up as well. Oh, hello. This is to change tyres to softs. So this isn't the drive-through for Cujo Damari. And I bet he's cursing himself there as a black flag for Oberfirm Sokan disqualified from the session for ignoring yellow flags. Can this race get any crazier? Honestly, this is insanity. The time's oblivion. Well, that's dropped Cujo Damari to 7th place. And the safety car with that 3-second time penalty as well. And Opar Sokan now drive-through penalty for falling too far back. But he's already been black flagged. So the safety car bunches them all up. And while we try and make our way through this crazy, crazy race that we're having, it's Benny Kalak leading the way with his teammate Seymour Copan just behind. Benny's going to be on faster tyres in the closing stages of this race, but Seymour's on tyres that can last longer. But the rain is now coming down, and when is it going to be a factor that they all have to change for intermediate tyres? The safety car is in this lap, or Benny's being told he can pass the safety car. The lights haven't gone out. They were on green. They've now returned. So, just to clarify, the safety car got brought out because Canon Baez broke his front wing with contact with one of the other cars. The safety car was automatically called. Nobody else has retired from the Grand Prix. According to my monitor, Oberfirm Sokan's got a black flag and disqualified, but he's still circulating on the grid. And we've got Berman Reyes nowhere near catching the safety car. Same goes to Omar Safkan. Omar Safkan's got another drive-through penalty for failing to slow for yellow flags, failing to slow under the safety car. The race leader was, and Burak Yazdi, a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Canon Baez under the safety car. Wow! And you can see it as well. Canon Baez was down to 9th place. And Burak Yazdi and Cujo Damari now changing positions left and right. What is happening in the middle of this field? Look at this! We've got overtakes. And Cujo had a 5-second time penalty for collision with Berman Reyes. Wow! Cujo Damari, a 5-second time penalty for Berman Yazdi contact. They are still changing positions. And a 5-second time penalty for Cujo Damari for severe collision with... Oh, this is just getting silly. Come on, boys. Get it together. This is getting silly now. So we're under safety car on lap 26 of 33. And they're still going at it. They're still going at it. Berman Yazdi 7th. He's going too wide, and he's slowing down deliberately to try and hold up Cujo Damari. Look at this. He's stopping. He's stopped on the track. No one can overtake because they're under the safety car. They're getting too much separated between them. The safety car isn't in this lap, and they're all just going to get disqualified from the race. Unless they're trying to get a gap to pit for intermediates. I don't know what's going on. Safety car is in this lap. Off the track goes Burak Yazdi. Oh, Cujo Damari now goes through. Has to let him through because it's an illegal overtake. And a 5-second time penalty again for Cujo Damari for collision. Well, write these two off of Berman Yazdi and Cujo Damari because they are so far out of this race. It's unbelievable. Burak Yazdi, a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. We're coming to the restart though, folks. The safety car is in this lap, and the field finally all files together. But the time penalty is coming up for Cujo Damari and Burak Yazdi. The safety car is in. Finally, on lap 26 of 33, becomes that 27. We go green again here at Barcelona. And the run down to turn 1 as Burak Yazdi's been caught napping. He's coming to the pit lane, so is Omar Safkan. He's out of the race. But wow, so correct me if I'm wrong, with both of them, we've only got 9 cars in reality having a battle. Cujo Damari's having a little personal battle with his own. Cialetti got through. And Alpilator R got through as well. I'm running out of things. I'm running out of expressions. I'm running out of things to say. This race turning into absolute, not only shambles, but only shambles as well. And Burak Yazdi and Ofar Safkan are still circulating. The rain's still coming down, side by side still. That was Cujo Damari getting through on Cialetti, but Cujo Damari's got so many penalties, he's going to be at the back of the field anyway. Look at, he's in 3rd place though. Look who's in third place. There he is, the 47 red Ferrari, Ali Quay, started so far back. He's had a mixed few races, but I think he's going to be delighted where he is right now. I know I would be if I was him. And we really have 9 cars left in this race as well. Berat Yazdi, Overal Sokan, and Kujo Damari all have so many penalties to their name, they're out of position and out of running. And I'm surprised the black flag hasn't been called again. We saw it flash up on the monitor, but it hasn't actually said anything going forward about that. So, lap 28 to 33, and he's going for second place. Ali Quay going for second on Seymour Copan 6. Benny Callag's only 2 seconds up the road. Ali could win this, you know. Alpinator, there's the battle at the front, they make contact, Cialetti, and it's spinning off, and he's out of the race, the Red Bull out. Alpinator out of the race, beached in the gravel at turn number 1, and he made contact with Cialetti. So this is going to trigger another safety car if they can't get Alpinator's car out of the way fast enough. If the game decides to throw a safety car, that'll be game over, surely. Look, the car's still there at the exit of turn 2. Are they going to decide to throw a safety car? What's going to happen next? I don't know. They've cleared it. They've cleared it, thankfully. The racing can continue. So, 11 cars left, 8 in contention to win this race. And not many laps to go. And the rain's coming down. But right now, it's only psychological rain. You can see it, but it's not affecting the track temperature at the moment. It's not affecting the grip given out. But look at the battle for second place heating up. Ali Quay here in the Ferrari, in the DRS zone. But DRS has been disabled, I'm being told in my ear. DRS has been disabled due to the rain conditions. As Kujo Damari drops behind further down the order. He's coming to the pit lane. That must be for his drive-throughs. Remember, he's got to do that for the rest of the race. That's destroyed his championship anyway, isn't it? Rain coming down harder and harder here at Catalonia. So Kujo Damari in 9th, Burkan Yazdi in 10th, and Overal Sokan in 9th, 10th, and 11th. Write them out. They have so many penalties. They can no longer even race for position because they've all got so many. So only focus on the top 8. That starts with Cialetti upwards. They are in contention for this race as Martin DeMarco runs very wide coming out of Campsa into La Calex at turn 10. Benny Callagh 3.6 seconds ahead from his teammate Seymour Copan 6. But the battle at the moment raging as well. As watch out for Morat Say at 57, might just make an overtake on Bertman Reyes at some point. But Ali Quay on those soft compound tyres, they are much faster than the mediums that Seymour Copan's using. And in these wet conditions with the damp track, as the DRS have been re-enabled, Ali Quay will have the advantage of faster tyres and tyres that are actually more to temperature than Seymour's. So this could be interesting for the final of the battle for the second and third in the race. Mind Marco joining this one as well. So, Alpinator out of the race. Yanyan Toner out of the race. Granahara disqualified from the race and out of it. Ali Antman taken out the opening lap of the race. And Lando Nori black flagged as well. You can't write this. You cannot write this race. It has been drama. One of the best of the esport races I think I've ever seen. It's been drama, it's been chaos, it's been fantastic. We've got 4 laps to go, including this one. 3.5 in effect, or 3.25, looking where they are on the track. But this is just bonkers, and Benny Callagh is on course to win his 5th race of the year out of the 6 we've had so far. Is Ali Quay going to make a move on Seymour Copan at some point on the track? He's got to. He's got to. Let's flick on board. Good exits for Ali. Ooh, slow from the last part of the track, but with the DRS, no, doesn't have the DRS this time around. 1.2 seconds back. I think he's nursing the car. Look at that, 8th gear, not full throttle. Let's listen. Is the rain starting to play a factor? It is raining out there, but has it affected the track temperature now? No one wants to pit yet. And Cialetti, sorry for flicking back through, but Cialetti dropped so far back, Cujo Damari is now in contention here. But the battle is changing because we have constant changing of action. Wow. Just wow. You can't write this stuff. You can't write it. There's Berman Yazdi. So far, Sokan still at the back. There's your race leader, Benny Kalak. That's what he looks like, the Renault. The 17-year-old from Berlin, Germany. Currently in Germany as well. Every track is his favourite. I think he might have changed that. I don't think Zandvoort was his favourite. But he's going to win for the 5th time at the moment. Penultimate lap of the race then here in Barcelona. Looking for the back though. Seymour had to aggressively defend down the last corner. Ali Quay has the advantage. Does he have the DRS? He does. Coming into the braking zone for turn 1. I don't think he was going to make a move there, was he? Oh, he's off the track of us. Oh, on the green stuff. Loop at turn 3. He's very off. He's off into the gravel. And that's going to give Manny DeMarco the position he's off to. The rain is coming down. And it's starting to affect them on these tyres, on the slicks. They can't pit for intermediates. So this is going to be a battle to stay on the track. And who? Cujo Damari's out. He's spun and continued. So the rain now heavy enough for intermediates off into the wall. Manny DeMarco, he keeps going. Who's going to pit for inters? Can you nurse it for one more lap? And Cujo Damari is out of the race. He's retired. That's probably for the best. Yellow in the second sector. Ali's off. Ali's off at the same part of the track, which I said call out the drivers. Ali Quay off. Manny DeMarco right behind him now. But look at this. They're struggling. They're struggling out there. All of them are. They're all dropping off. The rain too heavy. And now we're really seeing the battle. Last lap, the call. Benny Kalak leading. Can he keep it on the road? The battle for the final podium spot now between Ali Quay and Manny DeMarco. And they're side by side into the elf corner. Ali goes too wide. He keeps the position. Manny DeMarco trying everything he possibly can. Wowee! This is exciting stuff. We'll keep an eye out where Benny is. Benny's coming into the last sector now. He's in sector 2. The little yellow dot just above the 2 into the DRS zone now. We'll have to break away, I'm afraid, in a few seconds' time. We must talk about the race winner. Don't think Manny's going to make the move. We have to come back, I'm afraid, to our race winner, Benny Kalak. Started 3rd, promoted to the lead of the race after a disconnection and a reconnection. Multiple penalties to other competitors, but it's been his trickiest one to win. In the rain of Catalonia, Benny Kalak wins his 5th race out of 6, and that championship is getting ever nearer. And Ali Quay, hold on, but Manny DeMarco out. Ali Quay gets 3rd. He holds off for the podium. And Manny DeMarco off. Oh, get it going. Canan Bayas to 4th. Manny DeMarco 5th. And Berkman Reyes has a 5-second time penalty because it was unserved, his original penalty. Moritz 57, Berkman Reyes now, Cialetti 8th. Berk Yazdi, he had penalties. That'll flash up. There is 5-second time penalty added on. Overran Sokan in the back. And Cujo Damari. But Benny Kalak wins here at Catalonia in one of the best esport races I think I've ever seen. Who's that off the track? Someone decided to be a clown at the last corner. Oh, it's Overran Sokan out of the race at the 3rd sector before crossing the line. They've all run out of time, though. Benny Kalak wins here at Catalonia. Cialetti, the driver of the day. Can't really argue with that one, to be fair. A very well-deserved podium as well. And the first place trophy, 5 victories out of the opening 6 races. Seymour second, Ali third. Benny wins here at Catalonia. I honestly cannot wait to see what's going to happen next. So, Manny DeMarco has left the session. Well, yes, that's unfortunate. There's the results. The 12 that finished. Look at all those time penalties. Callum Bayes had a penalty in the end. Benny Callagh wins from Seymour Cooper and Ali Quay. Callum Bayes a penalty. Manny DeMarco, Murat Sayed 57. Berkman Reyes a 5-second time penalty. Cialetti 8th. Bowman Yazdi is 9th. Ofar Sokan 10th. Kuja Tarar is 11th. Out of the race, Alpine Tarar, Can Cantona, Gunnar Hara, Ali Antman and Lando Nori right at the back as well. And just to quickly show you, here's the race directors for the incidents in this race. Just look at that. How many penalties do you want in one race? Unbelievable. Benny Callagh, Seymour Copran and Ali Quay, the top 3 here at Catalonia. Well, it's been an honour bringing you this race. We're going to have to dash off now, I'm afraid. But what a win for Benny Callagh. Join us next time out when Formula 1 returns for the eSport League. It's going to be a cracker. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week, same time, same place, for more action. From us all here, though, good night and bye for now.